What up, guys? This is your boy Troy, the owner of FantasySportsCommunity.com. Just going to do a quick betting picks video really quickly. Did good yesterday. Had an excellent day. Called some underdogs and had some good money line picks. So let's go over it really quickly. Now, remember, if you do got any questions, always feel free to PM me at any time, and I'd be glad to help you out. All right, so let's start off. I'm actually going to go over the main slate today. There's two early games. I'm just not going to go over those because I haven't done any research on them. So we got the Mets at the Phillies, and right now the line is sitting at minus 120, which is the money line. I still feel comfortable with going with the Phillies route at a minus 120. There's really nothing wrong with that. With the offense of the Flying Phillies, I think they'll do just fine. I think I feel comfortable saying that the minus 120 is something that you should consider taking. We can move on to the San Francisco-Washington game. It looks like Strauss is going to be pitching against San Francisco at home. The line's sitting at minus 195. I definitely do agree with that. I think Washington will come out with a win today. The odds are a little bit higher than I like, minus 195. I like to stay under odds under 200 where I can make a little bit more money. You're not going to make such a good as return playing such high odds and going that route. But minus 195 is fine for Washington if you want to attach it onto a parlay bet or something like that. We have Baltimore at Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is sitting at minus 255. Tyler is supposed to be pitching. Bundy's going to be pitching. It's just going to be a cluster. So if you're a DFS freak like me, Tampa Bay stack. Anyway, so that's just a really high odds, minus 255. I would just leave it alone. It's really not, you can do much with it. Chicago at Miami, minus at 140. Again, I will still continue to pick on Miami. They're going to be probably the most losing team this season. Again, it's sitting at minus 140. There's nothing wrong with taking the Cubs at minus 140 in Miami. And yeah, Lopez and Quintana. I would, yeah, minus 140 is just fine. Money to be made, and the overall decent stack going against them as well. See, I kind of look at this as a DFS point of view as well. Sorry. All right, so anyway, Arizona at Atlanta. That line's sitting at a minus 145. You got Robbie Ray pitching. Max is pitching 2-0 with a 0 ERA. We know that's probably going to change tonight. I would not go so crazy and loading up on the Atlanta minus 145. I would just be really careful with it. It's one of those games I probably would just avoid and look somewhere else. Arizona, you know, a lot of people like to take them at home. They can be sneaky away. I'm just not sold on Max's 2.0 and 0 point ERA. I think he'll end up giving about 3-4 earned runs today. I just have that weird intuition feeling, but I could be wrong. I could be right. All right, so Toronto at Minnesota, those Jays and those Twins. Gibson and pitchers pay attention. Let's see what they got at minus 160 for Minnesota. I'd be very careful with that game. That series is going to be, it is what it is. It's back and forth. I would just be very careful. I'm not sold on the minus 160 for Minnesota at all. Careful. There's other games to use. St. Louis at Milwaukee. I definitely like Milwaukee again. They're at minus 125. Our Milwaukee hit it last night, so we did just fine as in my group. St. Louis and Milwaukee, minus 125. I think this game's going to be a little bit closer, and it's definitely sitting at 9 runs. I think we'll be around that, so I would be really careful with the Milwaukee. I think they're going to hit just fine. Yelich is a beast. He does have cold D versus P, which is sample size on Jack, but I'd just be careful with that. I still think Minnesota can bounce back and do just fine with the runs being at 9. I think it's going to be there or more. But be careful with that overall, minus 125 for Milwaukee. Now remember, I'm getting my odds from RotoWire.com. This is just straight off me looking and trying to give you my input on what maybe the money line situation is going to do for the day. Angels at Texas is minus 130 for the Texas. I would just, another game I'd just be very careful on. Sitting at minus 130. There's other games to pick on. That game is sitting at 10.5 for runs. I do believe in the runs will be there. It will be a messy back and forth game, so just be careful with that one. For DFS point of view, probably a game to look at. All right, so Kansas City at the White Sox. That one's sitting at minus 120. It's a Lopez on Lopez. Both of them are horrible. Both of them have horrible records in ERAs. Another game, 9.5 runs. It should be right around there. Back and forth game. So it's going to be one of those games you really don't know who's going to win it, especially sitting at a minus 120. Skip on it. Don't use it. There's a lot of games today are going to be really, really close. And this is why I like to cherry pick my betting picks. I like to cherry pick money lines. And I like to stay at that 60-70% win ratio because I like to cherry pick. Now, you're going to have days or weeks where you lose 2 or 3 in a row or even 4 in a row. And then you rail off 3 or 4 in a row. And then you're back at even. And then you go on another run where you rail off another 4 in a row winning. So, I mean, then you're back up again. So, I'm not going to be... What's the guy's name? Bobby Vegas or whatever the hell his name is. Dave Vegas? I don't know. Yeah, that's one of the things... Make sure you check out Showtime Action Sports. It's an eye-opener of what these professional bettors do and how they play the game. So, wish I had a good bankroll like that. Anyway, so Colorado at San Diego. We got great pitching. It is starting to come around. It has the lowest 7.5, which is the lowest run totals. So that tells me one thing. A, it might be a trap because I think that's a little low. And San Diego's starting to turn around. I know Gray is a good strikeout pitcher. In my opinion, he belongs in the American League anyway. And out of Colorado, wasted a talent. But anyway, I'm not too fond of this one. I think San Diego is going to hit Gray maybe. I think they're starting to come back around, starting to hit really well. I'm a little nervous with the San Diego, and I'm a little nervous with that 7.5 run total. Another one of them games I'm just really sketchy on. Again, there's just a ton of other games that I'd just rather go on, and I'll click on another game shortly. Houston and Oakland, that game is sitting at minus 165. Right now, I'm just not betting against Oakland. It's one of those things I didn't do last year. Towards the end of the year, if you were doing betting like me and betting picks, my personal picks were definitely Oakland. I had a lot of Oakland, and I was riding Oakland and Boston pretty much like after the All-Star break on, and it did really well. And the winning percentage stayed between 60-70%. That's if you're cherry picking, you should be just fine. I don't play betting picks every day. I'm not going to be. I just don't do that, and I don't sell like today. Like, oh, the whale picks are gonna hit, man. This is a must-win situation. To me, that's all like stupid. So if you want a good pick, I mean, you put out picks like that, and you have high odds, and all you're doing is picking favorites. To me, you got to be careful out there. There's lots of games. This is a game you might want to kill. Even though it's a higher odd, I still kind of like it. Cincinnati at the Dodgers. The money line's at 190. You're not going to make a total ton of money, but it's a decent pick. You got the Dodgers at home, going against very bad starting pitching. Dodgers are hitting really pretty well. I really like this game. Again, Dodgers are sitting at minus 190. There's nothing wrong with taking them whatsoever at minus 190. The runs total is at 8.5. Again, for the DFS side of things, it's Dodger stack. Don't look too bad at all. All right. Indians at Seattle Mariners. Now, the Mariners didn't hit last night as I thought they were. They did get some runs put in there, meaning I think they can do it again today. Mr. Bieber, Shane Bieber, I like messing with his last name anyway. Justin Bieber's pitching today. So once Justin Bieber pitches today, I'd be really, really scared. I'm not honing in on him. There's going to be a lot of roto grinders and a lot of roto worlds and roto whatever the hell that are going to pretty much be all over Mr. I always say his last name. Anyway, the pitcher for Cleveland Indians, let's just call him Justin Bieber. Anyway, I don't like that. They're going against Mike Lee. Mike is not that bad of a pitcher. He is gives up consistent 3 or 4 and runs a game no matter what. He does have those games where he goes out there and pitches like an ace, and I don't know where that comes from, but whatever. Anyway, that game should be back and forth. It's sitting at 8.0 runs. I think that's going to be a little bit higher. I think you're going to be looking between 5 and 6 runs apiece between each team. Sitting at a minus 120 for the Indians. I did do some underdog picks yesterday. I did mention 2 of them, and both of them did hit. This is going to be another just a mentioning if you're looking for the underdog pick of the day. I would probably aim at Seattle. I would probably give Seattle a glance or look at and consider them one of your underdog picks. Now, let me make sure that I don't have any other underdog picks that I kind of want to yell about. Let's see. Okay, well, let me go back over the early games really quickly. This is Boston and New York. Of course, I'm a Yankees fan because I'm going to always say the Yankees are going to win, even though it has Sale pitching. So don't take that with anything. That's just me being stupid and saying I love my Yankees, and of course the Yankees are going to win. I don't even care if it was Jesus himself pitching, and I would say the Yankees would win. So, Pittsburgh at Detroit. Pitt's line is sitting at a -115. You got Boyd pitching. I don't know. I think there's plenty other games you can use. Please rewind this video. Check it out. I know I rambled a little bit longer than I normally do. That's because I want to give you better insight. Betting picks will go out one time. I do have one pick today for my members. Just keep an eye out for it. And good luck to everybody. I hope you liked the video. Please like the videos, share the videos, and sub to me. Have some friends come on and sub to me. I really appreciate that. I am just a stay-at-home dad. I am just a small, tiny, easy company that's trying to get off the ground. And, we are family-owned, and we do appreciate all the support that we can get. All right, guys, be safe.